my first live I ever done. And I have two cameras, so I'm gonna shift with my gazing point a little bit. So yeah, the reason why I'm going live today is I wanted to talk to a topic about a topic which is very dear to me, because I've been on this journey for longer, and I'm working with women about these topics, and I really wanted to share a little bit of my thoughts around this. So the topic is, what does it really mean to experience food freedom? What does it really mean to have a loving relationship with your body and with the food you eat? So for those who feel a connection to these topics, um, feel free to stay, feel free to watch it. If this is not something for you, you don't have to. Simply as this. So yeah, I was wondering today when I decided to go live about this topic, what am I gonna say, how I'm gonna start. And for me, as I do it with my blog posts, as I do it when I explain what I'm doing, I like to share a personal story in the beginning, because it really is the reason why I'm doing this work, because I've been on this journey before. And I just arrived in Bali last week. So I had a very long journey to come here to this island. A beautiful journey. It was not like it was too exhausting, but it was long. And I did not had any time to really do a workout, obviously. And then last week I was super tired because of the jet lag, and it was really hard for me to get my body moving. So I did not. And then I realized something. I realized that I'm on such a different spot on which I was years before, when I was in Thailand or when I was in the Philippines, Sri Lanka, like whenever I had a long journey behind me. And so how it was before, it was like that I was in a really bad relationship with my body and a really bad relationship with the food I ate. So it was like the constant questions about what can I eat and what do I have to do to compensate the food I'm eating, to not gain weight, to maintain my weight. And it was always so challenging when it comes to travel, when it comes to to getting out of your routine, to getting out of your normal state where you are. And like I mean, everyone has his daily day business, his daily day life, and we build our routines. And routines are not bad, but if you get too much attached to them, they can get really annoying, and it can be really frustrating to be stuck in that. So back in the years, back in these days, when I had a journey, when I traveled somewhere longer, it was such a challenge, because I had to deal with food I did not prepare myself, and I had to eat them to times when they told me to eat, like in the plane, for example. And most of the time, because my stomach was not used to this food and it was very obsessed with everything which was not like clean prepared for myself, um, was giving me bloating and it was a stomach ache. So, but still, if I would say, okay, I'm eating the plain food, I could not stop, and I had to eat it all. Like I had to eat these little crackers, the little cheese thing, and like everything. And I just could not hold back from dessert maybe. And so it was always okay. I have to choose either I'm just gonna say no, I'm not eating, and maybe starving through the whole journey, or I'm gonna eat but take the risk of binge eating in the plane, even though I'm not hungry, because I get served the food when they say, okay, now it's time to serve the food on the plane. And but they don't ask me, are you hungry now, or should I come back later? um, so I just ate whenever they came, or I restricted the food and didn't eat it all. And then when I landed, I needed to do immediately workout, because I haven't moved my body for so long, and not because I felt like moving, but because I needed to move, because I was sitting. I was not burning calories. So it was a constant stress response in my body where I was fighting against. Okay, I need to get active to really move and get my body burning calories. So that's how it feels like when you're not in a good relationship with your body and with the food you eat. It's a struggle. It's a constant struggle. And for those who can't relate with them, I really have to say I'm happy for you because you never had to deal with that. But for those who feel like, oh, I know what she's talking about, I really have so much compassion because I know how hard it can be. And so to go back to the question, how does it really feel to experience food freedom? How does it really feel to have this loving relationship with your food? I go back to my journey, which I had last week when I came here. And so it was the first time I traveled for such a long time. Like I had had a sleepover in Dubai and then go to Thailand. So it was a long journey overall. And I ate whenever I was hungry. And I did not got bloated once. Everything was fine. I was feeling very comfortable in my body with the food I ate. I get the food when they served the food on the plane. I took the food and I ate as much as I needed until I was hungry, and then after I was satisfied because I knew if I would continue eating, I probably would get stomach ache and I probably would not feel good. And that's the beauty about food freedom. So you eat when you're hungry, an intuitive way, and you just eat what you feel like what your body needs right now. You don't have to eat it all up because it's here. And then so I arrived in Bali and I was super jet lagged, like super jet lagged. I was tired for a couple of days and I was not moving. I was not even doing yoga or some stretching. Like I did some spinal movements to really get my spinal cord a little bit more fluid again. But there was no calorie burning. I was literally like just laying around. and and I did not get obsessed with that. I did not get obsessed with the fact that I'm not burning calories and I'm still eating because I was just eating as much as I needed. And that's another story. Like when you're not in a loving relationship with body and food, and that was for me the fact back in the years, you are constantly afraid to losing this balance. Like I knew, okay, I was eating, but I always knew, okay, I'm gonna be stable with my weight because I can manage with the exercise. And but I was always very afraid that what would happen if someone would took away the exercise from me and I would not be able to move again. And that's something can happen. Like life happens, and at one point you run through a glass door like I did last summer, and suddenly you can't move for like 5 weeks or more, or like 2 months, or I don't know, or you break your ankle or you break a foot, and life happens. And sometimes and on this point then you are not able to manage your weight maintenance through exercise. And that's something with me, I mean, women or men who are struggling with these topics are really afraid of, because it can be such a pain in the ass. It's really frightening, this idea of you can't do exercises. That means I'm gonna gain so much weight because I can't control my food. I'm not in control of how much I eat. I'm in control of how much I burn when I'm allowing me, or I'm binging on the chocolate cake, and then I'm gonna cancel the next day meal and go to the gym and work it all off. So it kind of in my head, it's okay, there's a balance. But if someone took away the exercise, I would get really fat. I could not stop eating. And that's again the thing I experienced this week so beautifully when I was eating here in Bali, and I did not have to be frightening and putting myself on a diet. I was just eating as much as my body needed. this week. And that's how it feels like when you experience this food freedom and this loving relationship with your body. You're in tune with how much would you need, and what is it that you how much do you need when you exercise? Obviously you need probably more. How much do you need when you don't exercise? Well, your body is burning less and you probably need less. And even it's okay if you like enjoying some days here and like after a journey and you're just laying in bed and eating, it's okay, because yeah, it's it's when you experience this loving relationship with food and body, you don't have this scarcity mindset of gaining weight. You don't have this constant obsession about the thoughts around food. You don't have to be scared that what would happen if someone would take away the exercising, your workouts. So yeah, that's it for today, for my first live. I hope you could take something away from it. Maybe I'm gonna add some more thing here, a valuable insight which you can start working around for today, from today on, because I was talking now a lot of how can it be and how is it now for me, or how was it, and the point is to get from here to there. It's a journey and it can be a bumpy road, but the journey to take is worth it. And there is definitely the chance that you will go to the destination if you're willing to go this bumpy road. And I think the one most important thing and tool which has helped me on this road the most was to get into my body, like to really feel my body and acknowledge the emotions I had, didn't put them away and overeat them, and really reflected on what's going on behind the surface. And yeah, so if this resonates with you, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Feel free to put some comments below, or if you want to connect on a private message, feel free to send me a message there. So thank you very much for listening, for those who had listened in, for those who gave me a wave on Instagram. And yeah, also if you have ideas, or if you want to learn more about a certain topic, just send me a message and I will find a way how I'm going to include this in either a blog post or on a live. Thank you. Bye bye.